So after pushing top wall, he saw the Spectre here. He knows that people are probably coming here to like stop him from farming. He decides to TP to the other side of the map. He just wants to amplify his farming speed as much as he can. And also here, there's a team fight happening now. So he drops his Necronomicon, drops his Wolves, ulti. Here we have a beautiful replay of the highest win rate hero in all of Dota 2 right now, in ranked, especially high ranking matchmaking. Also a very big favorite of boosters, I would say. It's actually Lycan. I think Lycan is really a strong hero right now and has very good toolkit in terms of winning the game on his own by pretty much taking objectives and farming up a storm. So this game's a really good game to watch. We got Arteezy playing Lycan. There's Gunnar in this game. We got Bryle. We got Kitrak, Crit, IX Mike, CCnC. We got a lot of notable players in this game too. So we're going to see as to how Arteezy plays his Lycan. He is rank 1 in NA. He's got a very high mark. He was getting quite close to 11k last time I spoke with him, but I'm not sure how close he is anymore to that. So we're going to watch his Lycan gameplay here. So to start off, he gets a Ring of Protection, Tangos, and 3 Mangoes. This Ring of Protection is so that he has armor in the lane. He's fighting up against Tidehunter and probably a Pugna support this game, so he doesn't want to take too much damage, especially from Anchor Smash, which does physical damage. So the Ring of Protection is nice. Obviously, you get a Quelling Blade for right clicks, and then he's got Casual Regen and the Mangoes too. So the Mangoes also give him 1.8 HP regen, and then when he needs mana to summon wolves, he can just summon more. At the start of the game, he was in the fountain to summon wolves, so he can scout with them. Maybe he can have some wolves to fight for the bounty rune as well. He sends one bottom and he sends the other one around to the bounty rune here, so he can deny it if nobody was actually there. So here with his hero and his wolf, they secure a rune, and then the other rune was ready here to snipe or destroy the other bounty if the mid laner was deciding to block the wave middle instead. So first item he's gonna get in this lane is Magic Stick because he's playing against Titan Pugna. There's a lot of players who play Lycan who would just rush Necro 1 right away because of very good farming tool. You get double Sage Mask belt, you get really good stats for Lycan too. So as you can see here in the lane, like he's gonna be more focused on farming than actually harassing the enemy. So he just summons a wolf in the back, he puts it on cooldown, and also get some mana regen going. And he's just gonna use the wolf and his hero to like help last hit these creeps. Because as a Lycan, it's very important that you focus on getting creeps and denies more than just trying to harass the enemy. You just kind of want to out level them as much as you can. And you can always ask your support to go pull because you're gonna have Pharaoh Impulse. It's gonna give you HP regen. And you can see he just keeps dragging or like aggroing the creeps to himself so he can kill the creeps without taking too much damage. And if there is any downtime, he will harass the enemy. So this Tidehunter went for Anchor Smash. He doesn't have Kraken Shell, so he's kind of weak level 1. And that's why you can see both these guys just hitting the Tidehunter a little bit. But now he's gonna have to get his support to flask him here. And the Courier is already coming out. Not quite yet. It's just waiting for an extra set of Tangos and a Magic Stick. Now, I see a lot of Lycans not buy regen in lane. It's terrible. Don't not buy any regen. Your main purpose in lanes is just to sustain yourself, stay alive, and get experience. And drag creeps and just kill them and deny other creeps too. You can harass the enemy if they get out of position, but don't think too much about harassing, because Lycan just doesn't have any kill threat in lanes normally. As you can see here, he's bringing more Tangos and a Magic Stick because he's going to need that regen in this lane to actually sustain himself. So level 2, he goes for the Howl, so there's gonna be some armor reduction, and with that, they actually have some potential to do some damage to the Tidehunter as well, since Shadow Shaman has a lot of damage. But normally, I would say getting a Feral Impulse is generally better, but he is trying to use the Howl here to try and apply some pressure, because they were getting a little bit low as well. I do personally like the Feral Impulse just for the HP regen a little bit more. So if you're not comfortable playing with the Howl and you think you need more regen in a lane, I would definitely recommend going for the Feral Impulse. As you can see, he's not even having that easy of a lane. They are putting a lot of pressure on this Tidehunter and Pugna, so it's going to be a really good replay to see how he will like catch up in this lane. And he's not trying to cheese by like going for straight Necronomicon or something like that without any other items. He's playing like in a really difficult situation in this lane right here. So level 3, he gets the wolves. The wolves scale very well. Pretty much your best skill, and here he just gets gushed and blasted and dies, and now he's gonna come back to the lane with 4 resources. Nice net worths, guys. He's really mad because they got a lot of resources brought to this bottom lane as they keep having to flask up from all this harass that's coming out from the Shaman and the Lycan. So now he's got a Sage Mask. So you know this Sage Mask is going to build into the Necronomicon. That's going to be his big item. And now the enemy is actually in a tough situation in comparison to Arteezy, because Arteezy's back here with full HP, full mana. And the enemy don't have a lot of resources in terms of mana and HP because they spent a lot to kill Lycan. Lycan's a very difficult hero to actually kill in the lane. Another reason why he's actually very good in the current meta in pub matchmaking especially. So he's just like trying to get all the creeps that he can. He's got 60, he's got so much base damage, and with the Quelling Blade, he does plenty of damage. He's very happy about that. And when you get Feral Impulse, you'll also get a little bit more damage too. And that's why I kind of like this over the Howl on level 2, at least. Now he's level 4, he skilled up the Feral Impulse. Got that HP regen and some damage. So in this kind of lane, since it's really difficult, we'll probably see Arteezy get like level 5 and just leave this lane, right? He's only got like 20 last hits. Obviously, he would like to have more than that. But because they keep hitting him and keep harassing him, it's very annoying. Generally, Lycans tend to run into the jungle when they're level 5, even if they have a difficult lane like he's playing in at the moment. But normally, on your average game, you're not really having a hard lane like this. You will be able to farm a little bit more than what he has at the moment. They're just waiting for the enemy to like back off the creep wave and just trying to focus on getting all the creeps as much as he can. He's almost level 5 now. Then when he gets the level 3 wolves, he's going to be having very efficient jungling moves. Queen of Pain has rotated bottom with the rune here. We'll probably get the kill on the Tidehunter. He does have to use the Sonic Wave, but that's okay. Just going to fast forward a little bit. Arteezy, he might just die again. He actually got 2 deaths now. Like I said, he could have just went into a jungle, and now he will. Because he died bottom, he's level 5, he'll just go straight into a jungle. He'll use Howl to like lower the armor of the creeps, you know, kill it faster, the camps. And I do like the Howl on level 4 though, in comparison to on level 3. So like pretty much switch these two around. And he's just gonna go camp to camp and just keep farming here. He gets his first neutral item as well for the team. And you can see here, he gets a lot of experience and can kill camps very fast. He's even gone to the Ancients as a level 6, pops the Howl. And look how he's killing the camp, right? He's using his hero to tank, and he's using his wolves to hit the creeps, because the wolves are actually much squishier. They have 400 HP and 0 armor, right? Wolves have no armor, so he's just using his hero to tank up, and just like that, he's got half a level after level 6 just from killing one ancient cap. And this is pretty much the biggest reason why Lycan is such a good hero, because he can farm ancients so quickly and very efficiently at low levels. And that gives him a huge boost in terms of the amount of net worth that he can farm up. So now someone comes to gank him. He was trying to get the outpost. They try to stop him, so he had to use the ultimate to run away. He's got Necronomicon now. Use the Mango to drop the Necronomicon because it costs 150 mana. And look how fast he killed that camp. He killed it in like less than 10 seconds. Waits for the next camp, kills it again. And this is like the bread and butter of Lycans. Ancient camps. Ancient camps. You always want to kill ancient camps, as many as you can. You get so much XP. Level 10 minutes, he's level 8 now, right? At 8 minutes or 7 minutes, he was like level 5. So he's got a lot of experience in this short period of time. So go to net worth. He's doing pretty good. He's just farming around the bottom area because the ancient cap is here, right? If the ancient cap was not here, he wouldn't be farming here. He would have like already gone somewhere else, or maybe even apply some pressure top. But sometimes you see carries, they go top lane, they try to apply some pressure, but like it's really difficult for him to do that right now because he's not that farmed, right? He just wants items. Now he pushed out bottom lane. His jungle is very scary to be in. They don't have any wards, so he actually TP'd to the top lane now. And he's just gonna clear up the wave here. Summons the Necronomicon. So you want to use your Necronomicon off cooldown, right? So you can keep farming. So you keep amplifying your farm speed. You want to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like that's the power of Lycan, that he can just farm so quickly. He can clear waves, he can clear jungle camps, he can clear ancients, all extremely fast. And now that he's taken the top tower, enemy didn't want to go there to defend it because they were already invading the Radiant jungle. And now he's just going to park himself up here in the top lane and just keep on farming. He's not going to really go into the clashes because he doesn't have his Necronomicon up yet. If there was a fight where he can use his ulti and Necronomicon to get a kill, he will do it. But if there wasn't a fight, then he would just drop his Necronomicon and just keep farming jungle camps. You don't want to like keep this off cooldown. So after pushing top wall, he saw the Spectre here. He knows that people are probably coming here to like stop him from farming. He decides to TP to the other side of the map. He just wants to amplify his farming speed as much as he can. And also here, there's a team fight happening now. So he drops his Necronomicon, drops his Wolves, ulti, goes in, sends his stuff straight into the support. So early game, it's going to be a lot easier for you to kill support heroes. If possible, with your Necronomicon and the Wolves, they get massive amount of movement speed from your Shapeshift. So first he killed the Disruptor, and then after that he's chasing a DP. So he's just trying to kill them like one by one, removing spells off the board, right? Removing spells off the map from the enemy. And his and once his Lycan ulti is about to run out, he's already trying to get out of the fight. But he's gonna let his Necro Book and his Wolves do some damage or chase out the enemy, so that he's still having impact in the team fights. And when he joins the team fights, he's always using his Howl, so you get that damage reduction and armor reduction on the enemy. Spectre does TP here, or haunt here and kill the Lycan, but it doesn't matter because he ends up dying for it in the end. And Arteezy is okay with that, right? He's got Necro 3 now. Like, he was having a really tough game, but you can see how the farming speed of this hero, because it's so fast, that you can catch up in the game very quickly. And you can have very high impact in the games. Because once you hit your Necronomicon 3 timings, like, enemies can actually kill those units. It's very, very difficult. And you can see here again, he gets the Necronomicon, he drops it right away. He wants to D-ward, he wants to kill camps, whatever he possibly can. There's another fight mid lane breaking out because his team has surrounded the tower. And this time, someone gets arrowed, there's a disable, he goes for the Death Prophet inside the supports, and then he'll chase on the supports here. And they can't do anything, right? This is why this hero is like the #1 highest win rate hero in pubs. Because once you get this timing of Necro 3 and you chase down the enemy supports, they just die. They're still like level 7 sometimes. And then you just start picking off heroes one by one. And then the moment that your Shapeshift is about to run out, you just walk away from the fight with your hero. And you keep farming. And you keep farming in an aggressive place, right? You can see here, now that he's got Necronomicon and he's very strong, he's not going back bottom again. He was only bottom and farming around the Ancients area when he was weak, or his team was weak and they weren't able to apply pressure. Now that they can apply pressure, he's top lane. Now that he's top lane, he's applying a lot of pressure to the enemy. Even though his ultimate is not up, he's still making sure that this hard lane is being pushed into the enemy. So he always has a threat of taking this tower. And the enemy feels pressure from that. So now he sees that there's people bottom killing his teammates. He actually decides to play more aggressively top. Now he summons his Necronomicon and starts hitting the tier 2 tower and forces a glyph. This is huge. Tier 2 tower glyphs is absolutely huge to force out, especially when you're like it. Now you know next time you go to these towers, they pretty much will fall and they won't be able to kill your Wolves or your Necronomicons because there will be no glyph up anymore. And as soon as he brought people back into this lane, he immediately goes back into the jungle and starts farming. He doesn't want to give his enemy any chances to kill him. A Spectre tries to take the outpost back, and then his team was here this time around. He pops his ulti again. So every time his team is nearby and he sees a fight breakout, he just uses ulti, runs in, sees what he can do. He doesn't always commit his hero into the team fight. He's always trying to like teabag the opponent with the positioning of his hero because he's so fast, right? You can just walk in and out of the fight. But he always commits the Necronomicons and the Wolves because it doesn't matter if they turn around and try to kill those things. It's actually way too difficult, and secondly, they do so much damage. And as long as his hero's alive, he's happy. He can just go back, split push again, do whatever he wants to do. And this is what he's doing with his Lycan. Every time his ulti is on cooldown, he's always split pushing the enemy. Right now, Spectre's bottom, some heroes were dead, but he's split pushing top. He's always forcing people back into this top area of the map, and this naturally gives a lot of space for his team to farm. And you can see here, his next item he's going for. His teammates are going bottom, but he's going to... His next item he's going for in this game, he upgraded that Ring of Protection into a Buckner, and he's going for a straight AC. No boots even. He doesn't even need a boots on this hero, because he's generally just lingering on the outskirts of the fight, and he's always split pushing and just farming in a very safe location. And only when he sees the enemy, he's actually committing to the split push and taking towers. So in these kind of situations, he doesn't need the boots. If the people are going for him, he just walks away. Even when his ulti is on cooldown, he'll just get out of there and let his teammates push out all the other lanes that he's not nearby in. And because everyone was bottom, now he spent that time to take the top tower, the tier 2, leaving the Necrobook and the Wolves to kill the next wave as well. And he's just gonna keep staying up here. He doesn't mind. He's getting a lot of farm. He's the highest net worth. He had a very bad laning stage, but if you look at his net worth now, he's got 9,500 net worth. He's great. He's back on track, and he's taken a lot of this map already. And he's almost got an AC now. 20 minutes. He's got Necronomicon 3 and almost an AC. And this is with having a bad start. So now that they took the tower's top and middle, they see the enemy with the vision, they just go straight into a Roshan pit. And this is another reason why Lycan is so amazing in pubs, because he can actually take Roshan very easily. He does a hell of a lot of damage to Roshan. All of his damage is pretty much physical. But because enemy team is coming to fight them, he pulls out his summons, uses ultimate, goes straight into the backline. You can see here he's going straight for crit with his Pugna. He has the Necronomicons there too. If you would decrepify himself, he'll try to purge it. And he purges, as you can see that. And he's always going for the easy targets in the team fight. He just wants to try and kill the enemy and outnumber them. But unfortunately, Lycan is not a good hero to fight into the Death Prophet ultimate. But what he can do is run away from it, reset, find a better chance to fight. You know, another opportunity to fight later when the DP doesn't have the exorcism up. And now he goes back for the split push, right? He knows that his teammate is dead and there's nothing for him to do without his ultimate, so he goes back to split push. This time it's bottom because the enemy heroes are all top. Pushes that out, and now he TP's back top because the enemy is trying to take the Roshan, because the Roshan is very low. And he's just gonna go into the pit here, just trying to check out and analyze the situation, see if the enemy is coming here to contest his Roshan. They see that they are, or he sees that they are coming, so he doesn't drop his Necronomicon and start attacking Roshan. He just wants to bait the enemy maybe into this pit, and then they can get a better team fight with it. Let's say like a Mirana gets a really good arrow here, he can just drop his Necronomicon and just go in. The enemy team is doing a very good job at making sure they don't get arrowed either. Nice ultimate coming out from the Disruptor. And the Queen of Pain is gonna fall here. Arteezy just waiting, just trying to buy enough time for him to get a shapeshift up. Trying to drop the wards inside of the pit. The Necronomicons is doing a lot of damage, killed off the Tidehunter. And now the DP also died. And you can see, so in this situation, what would have happened if Arteezy started doing that Roshan? His enemy would have came in, killed off the Necrobooks, killed off the Lycan, and taken the Roshan. He didn't have his ult up, right? So he would have actually trapped himself there. Because he was patient, Necronomicon gonna come in and purchase. Because he was patient, he was able to just come in after or as soon as he was about to die and just pick everybody off who were already taking a lot of damage inside the pit. So very well played by Arteezy, being very patient there and not valuing the ages so highly, but valuing the team fight win more. And now he's just gonna connect, take the mid tower. And after he finished AC, he's actually going for the power treads. I think this is a good build if you're really good at kiting the enemy and understanding that you don't need these boots to get away from them, as long as you have really good map sense. If you don't have very good map sense, I would say go for the power treads first before the AC. But if you have really good map sense and understand where they are and always thinking about it, then go for the AC first and then go for the power treads later. Power treads a great item, gives them attack speed, gives them strength, exactly the stats that Lycan wants. So now his team is rotated bottom, he uses ulti, goes straight for the supports again. Again, the number one key to playing Lycan in clashes, try to go for the supports. Go for the easy targets that you can pick off. If one of the enemy cores is very low, sure, you can go for it, but don't try to put all your units onto a full HP core, because you will probably spend the entire Lycan ultimate chasing that one guy and you might not even die. Where the support can probably get picked off and you might even get 2 supports in one team fight. So again, the shapeshift is down, he just backs off the team fight, doesn't want to keep going. He can support his team by using a Howl if need be, but most of the time there's no point. And now he's just going to keep farming, go for his next item here. Again, his shapeshift down, he's really got no intentions of team fighting. Now he finds crit again, crit's going to get purged by the archer and he just dies. So every time you chase people with your Necrobook, you just make sure you use your purge on them. So you can slow them down, and then it's so good. Like, Necrobook and Lycan is just such an amazing combo. Also, the passive of the Pharaoh Impulse gives the Necrobook damage as well. So you can see these Necrobook 3s, they have like 180 damage. This one also 185 damage or something. It's actually ridiculous how much damage these things do. And that's why in the early game, you're so focused on getting your Necro 3 up as soon as you can, and you're always using your Necro 1 and 2 to just farm with it, so you can get to that Necro 3 point. You know, it's pretty much the same plan. Like, you always split push and wait for the opportunity to take a team fight with your team, your ultimate, your Necro books, and eventually the enemy team will mess up and die. And look at his overwhelming, you know, net worth that Arteezy has amassed in this game. Like, he had a hard laning stage, but since then, with all the split pushing, the towers he took, and the supports that he's killed in this game, he's got this huge net worth from all that. You can see in the team fights, like, again, the wolves, the necrobooks, they're the ones being committed to the fight. His hero is kind of like he's just kind of running around with it, making sure that the enemy can't just turn around, stun him, and kill him. And he's always going for the supports too. Even though like he's level 21, he's got AC, he's got Basher and stuff, he's not going for these tanky cores, he just goes straight for the supports. And now the DP ultimate is out, 3 buybacks, and just back off, right? Really good at backing off too. So this time he actually gets caught out because of the glimpse. Just mans up and fights this because his team is very strong. He dies, but it doesn't matter. His team did kill everybody. If you do get caught and you're not boost, most of the time it's really hard for you to like run away, so you might as well just man up and attack them, and maybe your teammates will just be able to get some return kills or something like that. And he's happy, you know, like his team is alive and they're killing all their axes, and he's done his job. Like in this game, Arteezy was definitely the MVP in terms of split pushing and buying the time for his team to be able to get a better position on the map. His Lycan was, you know, this is a very standard Lycan game, apart from the bad early game that he had. Now he's just gonna go straight into the Roshan. They're already very far ahead. They just want to secure that. We got an Aegis, and it's just gonna end the game. It was a very good game to understand like the general ideas of how Lycan plays and what you need to do. So some very key things is like, make sure you spend most of your early game and mid game, about I would say until you get your Necro 3, just focus on your farming. And then in the fights, like you want to fight in situations where your team leads the charge, or you see someone who's out of position and you got a good angle like coming in from behind and killing them. I don't feel that much net worth lead on Lycan is impactful without his ults. Well, that's like any hero, right? Any hero is gonna be useless if they don't have their biggest, most important spells, right? But yeah, I mean, Lycan's net worth, most of it is coming from his auras. So Lycan, you would think Lycan is a very selfish hero or something, but he's not. Lycan is actually the complete opposite. Lycan is a very selfless hero in the sense that he buys aura items that boost your team's ability to fight as well, right? Necronomicon has auras. It has attack speed and movement speed auras. Then Assault Cuirass has attack speed and armor aura, right? All these things also help your entire team. He's a very good 5-manning hero as well, especially when your team is ahead. So Lycan builds up a net worth in order to open up the map for his team and build a net worth onto his team as well, like while doing that. And then when he joins the team fights, he's adding more net worth to every single one of your teammates because he's giving these auras to them. These auras are to actually buff your creeps, to make your creeps stronger, right, in the fights. But then what ends up happening is your teammates are just like there too, and they also get auras. But for the most part, you're buying these items to make your creeps stronger, right? And yourself. And last point, like these items are very good for him, right? You go Necronomicon, you go Assault Cuirass, you can go either Abyssal Blade to be able to get on your enemy, or you can go for Black King Bar to be able to commit to a team fight if you need to. There's a lot of different builds that Lycan can go, but this is like your bread and butter, where you go for a Necronomicon, Cuirass, Power Treads, Abyssal, and a BKB. Like those are your core items. And Dominator, I think it's okay, but sometimes it's just a lot better to go for the Necronomicon AC, so your creeps are doing way more damage with those big items. How should he be nerfed? I have no idea how he should be nerfed. Lycan is this kind of hero where like if he gets nerfed a little too much, he just becomes really, really bad.